out there, we can move forward on that quickly. That's what we're trying to do for you.
I was just thinking, what I'm hearing is it's got to be 27 million. That's what I'm hearing as a counselor and as a leader for this city and the one that makes decisions. It's got to be that 27 million. That's what I'm hearing. Maybe that dialogue will be different if we go talk in your office later in the week, but that's what I'm hearing from you, is it's got to be 27 million.
I think I won't be able to hit your priorities if I don't have 27 million. If you allow us to have $27 million, I think we can hit a lot of council priorities, and I think there'll be some improvements we can do in this city faster, and that's all I'm trying to do. When I hear from citizens, I hear faster.
Yeah. Let me say something real quick. I think what I'm seeing, when I see Mike talk to us, right, I see a little bit of fear in his eyes that we might go lower, right? And then we're going to come back to him and say, hey, why didn't we borrow the 27? Because you were short on this or that, and now we don't have the money. So I think he's trying to say, you know what? I feel comfortable at 27. I think I can get it in there. If we go lower, he's already said that's our decision. He's putting it off on us. So, hey, the great debate, nobody gets excluded, but I do have one more thing. I want everybody to say Robinson.
Robinson. There's no N.
Drop the N and it's Robinson. Can we do that? Drop the N and Robinson.
Robinson.
I have a problem. Okay, I'm sorry. We just need a little break. Let's continue. Anybody's got something to say? Yeah, I know.
I was gonna say it'll take a little time,
But that's why I asked that question about going back, but it's just gonna be more fees, more people working on paperwork again. We have to go back to get it. Is that?
Yes, ma'am. We would redo a selection process. We would have more inflation concerns. If you let us run, man, we're going to try to run for you.
Not to belabor the point, and I like taking big swings. I understand the importance of risk, but my point is I've never gone to the bank and borrowed money just in case I need it. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that's a very smart financial maneuver from my point of view. I feel like, there's not a lot of point in jumping in a debt service when we don't even know where we're going to spend the money. To me, I would feel much more comfortable if instead of just saying, okay, here's some kind of halfway estimates, have the architectural firm, let's borrow enough money to have them do the planning, get the plan, understand exactly what we're looking at, know the cost, and then we borrow money to build that. And then if we want to give us a little cushion, that's fine. But just to kind of almost arbitrarily, without really any concrete data, borrow this giant sum of money, to me, it feels irresponsible with our constituents' tax dollars. That's just my perspective, so.
Oh, that's good. Anybody else got comments?
I did have a question on something else on the increased tax value.
Yes, ma'am.
It's about 314 million more. What's the revenue to the city based on that extra amount? Is that only $840,000? I thought.
You actually said it exactly right. I don't have the PowerPoint slide in front of me. Don, you have to bring it up again, but I think you said it exactly right. Yeah, and it's on that slide that has the comparison. The valuation went up by 16%-ish, but based on the rules about how we are able to handle the tax rate, and I'll say, think of it this way. The reason you could go up to an 81-cent tax rate is the dynamic you're seeing there in the numbers, right? The state law would say, oh, you have that much valuation change, you're allowed to go to 81 cents. The reason there's a gap between the 16.6 and the 5.9% increase in revenues, the 14 million going to 14.8, that's because I'm keeping you at a 76 tax rate, right? I again, as I've said many times, I'm presuming keep the tax rate constant, even though state law would allow you to go higher, and you would capture more of that percentage.
Okay, I just thought the revenue would have been more based on that. Okay.
Good, everybody on this item? Now, so we need to go back to 10.7, discuss resolution adopting the annual update to the financial policy.
In 1 minute or less, financial policy is in there. You vote on that every year. The update is the form that we talked about, where you have a before you travel, here's the form I fill out, and then after travel, I come back and I reconcile it. We talked about adding that form. That's the only change right now to the proposed financial policy. You'll vote on that in September, so we can make sure you know what page it's on. But that was information, so you'd know you're gonna be asked to vote on it later on. Yeah.
You said the budget will move over until it start in October after it's approved? This will be your October?
Yeah, this is October 1 start date for all of the budget items.
All the budget items.
All the budget items are October 1st, and we will vote on the COs on August the 22nd. And then the schedule for voting on the budget and the tax rate is September the 12th.
Okay.
Okay?
All right. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Next on the agenda is the consent agenda. All these items can be considered to be routine and may be enacted by one motion and one vote. Does anybody want to pull off either one of the ordinances, either 2988 or 2989? Hearing none, is there a motion on the consent agenda?
Motion to approve consent agenda as presented.
There's a motion. Is there a second? I have a motion from Mayor Ronnie Velasquez, Mayor Pro Tem District 3, a second from Grady Simpson, District 2, to approve the consent agenda as presented. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor, let it be known by stating aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimous vote of those present. There's two items, 12, the fire department monthly report, the police department monthly report. Review those. If you have any questions, reach out to the chief. We're adjourned.